When a single intercontinental ballistic missile is released either by Russia or US or any other country that has nuclear weapon, that is like the end of the world. These missiles exist to kill millions of people. A lot of nuclear armed countries, including the US, have this launch on warning policy. This means that if any of these countries receive a warning that they are being attacked by an enemy country with a nuclear weapon, that country will not wait to physically absorb the nuclear blow. Oh no. It will automatically launch its own nuclear weapon back to whoever was careless enough to attack them. This policy, launch on warning policy, has been in place since the height of Cold War, and this is why a single launch of an ICBM will automatically bring to home a full-blown nuclear war. In the US, for example, which is the world superpower military-wise, once its early warning electric sensor system warns of an impending attack, one of the protocols requires the president to be briefed. After that, he, now the president, has 6 minutes to deliberate and decide not whether or not to launch their own missiles. No, he is deciding which weapon to launch in response, and in 6 minutes. That's roughly less than the time you take to finish a cup of coffee. 6 minutes to decide how many millions of people will die. There is no way anyone could apply reason in such short time. And that is the whole point. When a nuclear war erupts, people are not supposed to reason. They are supposed to die. In a nuclear war, confusion of a protocol and speed of action will leave unintended consequences beyond everyone's grasp. There is a myth that people believe that America, being the superpower, can easily shoot down an incoming attacking ICBM. This is simply not true. There is definitely no way to win a nuclear war just losing. It just happens so fast. The speed at which nuclear war unfolds and then escalates all but guarantees that it will end in a nuclear holocaust. When an ICBM is launched, for example, from Moscow to Washington, D.C., that is 176 kilometers less than the distance from the southernmost African to the northernmost Africa. At that distance, an ICBM will only take 26 minutes 40 seconds. During that time, the ICBM travels in 3 phases. The first phase is called the boost phase, which lasts for 5 minutes. This 5 minutes time includes the time it takes for the missiles to ignite its rocket motors on a launch pad, launch into space, and finish power flight. After the power flight, the warhead is released typically at the altitude of between 500 and 700 miles. The second phase is called the mid-course phase, which lasts for 20 minutes. It includes the time it takes for the released warhead to go through space in an arc-like trajectory around Earth. This phase is where, if possible, countries will try to intercept the ICBM. When this time elapses, it's over. Fate sealed. Billions of people are killed. Billions with a B. The third and the last phase begins when the warhead re-enters the Earth's atmosphere and ends when a nuclear weapon detonates on its target. This phase only takes 1.6 minutes. Now the US Missile Defense Agency, which is the organization responsible for shooting down incoming missiles in mid-flight, it has a flagship system, the ground-based mid-course defense system, which was built in the wake of North Korea's accelerated ICBM program that began in 2000. This system centers around 44 interceptors missiles, each one 54 feet tall and designed to hit a fast-flying nuclear warhead with a 140-pound projectile. These interceptors kill vehicles, that's how Americans call them, travels at a speed of around 20,000 miles per hour. It is supposed to shoot down missiles traveling at the speed of 14,000 miles per hour, which is the speed that most ICBMs travel. So this is literally like shooting a bullet with a bullet. From 2010 to 2013, not a single one of these interceptors was successful during trials. Not one. Later on, it was concluded that each interceptor missile was only capable to intercept a simple threat in an unlimited way. 5 years later, after billions of US tax money spent, 9 out of 20 hit to kill US interceptors test failed. So this means there is only an approximate of 55% chance that the US can shoot down an incoming ICBM before it hits its target. And don't forget, this is the US, the undisputed military superpower and the leading producer of technological weapons globally. At any given time, the US interceptors are on alert, siloed at 2 separate locations in the continental US state. 40 of those missiles are in Alaska at Fort Greely, and other 4 are in California. Only 44 interceptors, with almost 50-50 chances of succeeding in their work against hundreds and even thousands of nuclear ICBMs. This is what I mean. If 44 nuclear ICBMs are launched against the US, chances are that 20 of them will hit their target. 20 ICBMs armed with nuclear warhead are more than enough to destroy the entire North and South America more than 10 times over if deployed strategically. One nuclear armed ICBM can turn Washington DC to an unrecognizable ash ground. Not only Washington, but also areas surrounding Washington. I'm Karakimanji, guest 10.